يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب.
السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. تنزيل الكتاب لا ريب فيه من رب العالمين. أم يقولون افتراه بل هو الحق من ربك لتنذر قوما ما أتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يهتدون. الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش ما لكم من دونه من ولي ولا شفيع أفلا تتذكرون. يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون. ذلك عالم الغيب والشهادة العزيز الرحيم الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين ثم جعل نسله من سلالة من ماء مهين ثم سواه ونفخ فيه من روحه وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون. وقالوا وإذا ضللنا في الأرض أئنا لفي خلق جديد بل هم بلقاء ربهم كافرون. قل يتوفاكم ملك الموت الذي يوكل بكم ثم إلى ربكم ترجعون. السلام عليكم.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Suleiman, for that beautiful recitation. I'd like to call upon the President of the MSA, Brother Taha Ali, to please come up and introduce our esteemed guest for the evening.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'd like to start off just by saying Jazakallah khair for everyone for showing up. I know during the midterm season it's difficult to make time, for our religion and for our deen, but alhamdulillah, majority of us made the time after class or after work to come out here. Just as a quick introduction to why we're holding this lecture in the first place, throughout this month, the MSA has been engaging in a lot of different charity activities. We had a food drive that was running and a winter clothes driving that collected clothing and food for the local shelters here to support the community. As well, we also volunteered, and if you look out on our Facebook page, you can find the pictures from it. We volunteered to go and clean up the arboretum just outside of Humber, right at the back, and just to show them that the Muslims are here, to help and care for the community as well. And to end off the month, we are going to be planning a trip to a soup kitchen to volunteer our time over there. So in keeping with that, we invited our esteemed guest here, who majority of us know from various different masajid around the GTA. MashaAllah, he's an award-winning youth worker. He's authored 11 books, and he's the founder of Dawah Dynamics. Sheikh Abu Shahada, and I'd like to call upon him to come and join us for this evening's lecture. Jazakallahu khair.
That's what the kids call me. They call me the chocolate shake because I'm smooth like that. But in terms of any great amount of knowledge or studying, I'm self-taught. I studied a little bit overseas with some scholars. But as I say, the more you study Islam, the more you realize you don't really know that much. That's the reality. Jazakumullah khair. See, this is, they treat me nice. And I don't know if anybody knows, but I used to actually go to Humber back in 1991. And as a little small story, I'm a dropout from Humber College. I'm a dropout from Humber College, and there's a long story behind that. The story basically is this, is that when I embraced Islam, I was at the age of 19 years of age, and not getting the right information from the Muslims at that time, the job that I used to work at, I used to work in the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So I had a job and I met a nice Muslim brother who happened to be Hafid of Quran. And we started to discuss a little bit about religion, and every time I met him, we discussed a little bit more. And I used to walk around the school with a white one of these, a topi. So that's how the brother knew that I was a Muslim. And he asked me, he said, brother, so when you're not here at school studying, what do you do? I said, well, I have a job. I work at the Liquor Control Board of Toronto. You know what the brother said at that time? Astaghfirullah! Astaghfirullah! God forbid, brother. This is haram. If you sell alcohol, you will go to the hellfire. Now, I had only been Muslim at that time for about maybe 2 or 3 months, not knowing that much about the religion. And as I'm older now, I've studied a lot of the religion, and I can say that there are certain principles in the religion, which we don't have time to get into because our topic is on something else. So basically, the brother said, brother, you better quit that job. So the very next day, I went and I quit that job, because anybody who embraces Islam, do they want to go to the hellfire? Yes or no? No. So I quit that job the next day. And I was very ecstatic and very happy, and I came home. My dad, he worked at the LCBO for 29 years. They gave him a gold watch, a golden handshake. My dad used to make over 95K, plus expenses, plus car. I said, Dad, guess what? I'm Muslim now, and I quit my job at the liquor store, but I was like, huh? My dad got very upset, and he kicked me out of the house. That was number one, no place to live. Number two, no job. Then my car broke down about 2 weeks later, so I couldn't get back and forth to school, and eventually I ended up dropping out of Humber College. Best decision that ever happened to me. Allah has blessed me, and I don't say this boasting, but I've been able to speak at more than 50 universities across North America and a few down in the Caribbean, and I'm a college dropout. Put that on your resume. Because my independent studies have shown me that the more you yourself go and look for the information, you'll find that you look at it from a point of view that is so refreshing, as opposed to somebody giving what I like to call, or what the psychologists have called, knowledge vomit. And that's what you guys are in right here, where the professor just speaks and speaks and speaks and speaks, and maybe at the end, you might get a chance to ask a question. So, my topic that the sister had asked me, and I don't think she's here. I don't think Sister Firdaus is here. Is she here? Yeah. Okay, I got a DVD for you, sister. So, inshallah ta'ala, the topic that we want to discuss, and I'm going to ask you brothers, who here is born a Muslim? Put up your hand. Put it up high. You born Muslim? Sure. You're not born, you converted? Okay, that's good. I can't, everybody put up your hand high. Sister, put up your hand. Okay. All right, here's my question to you guys. What is zakat, sadaqah, and infaq? And what is the difference between the three? Can anybody tell me? Tafaddal. This is class. It's not just a lecture. I don't like to lecture, because lecturing is what they call knowledge vomit, right? This is, what pillar of Islam is this for us, brothers and sisters? Pillar number 3. Pillar number 3, right? So for many of us, it's wajib for us to give our zakat if we have the ability. Is that true?
Yes.
It's wajib. It's obligatory. But what about sadaqah? Is sadaqah wajib? What is sadaqah? Voluntary. And what about anfiqu or infaq? What's the difference? Infaq is something to help to make the religion spread and be flourishing through the lands. And we do this for the sake of Allah. So inshallah ta'ala, we have some ayat, and there's just so many. And the books that I have, and I'm an avid reader, probably without bragging or boasting, I probably have more books than everybody here combined. I've been building my library for 24 years. When I went to Egypt, I sold my whole library, I needed some money, and I replaced back all my books. So every time, and I'm from the old school, you guys are from the new school where you guys rely on your information from these dumb phones, or sorry, smartphones, where you just type it into Google and then all of a sudden it's just at your fingertips like that. For me, I'm the old school guy. I like to collect what they call nusukh, books. Because books, brothers and sisters, sometimes books will never be reprinted ever again. And there's books that I have at home that were printed 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years ago. You're not going to ever see those books ever again. So those books become very rare and very precious. And I have books in my library that people come and say, brother, I'll give you $25, I'll give you $50, I'll give you $100 for that book. Because sometimes the knowledge that's in those books is so monumental, brothers and sisters. And when we're talking about our religion, especially trying to support, and as the sisters, they said in the email, and as the brothers said, you guys have been collecting clothing for people that don't have the ability to what? Why you guys are collecting clothing for? Why?
For homeless.
Why?
To help those who don't have.
Why? What season are we going into?
Winter.
Going into winter, so why are we collecting clothing?
Because they work.
To keep the people warm. Why are we collecting food for?
To eat.
Right. So how many people here have ever donated anything in their life? Put up your hand. Sisters, they don't donate anything. Okay, I'm going to say that question again. How many people have donated anything in their life? Okay. How many people have donated their time? Put up your hand. How many people have donated their sweat? Put up your hand. How many people have donated their brains to help solve problems? How many people have donated their money? Put up your hand.
Charity.
Okay. How many people have donated their clothing? How many people have donated their cars? Or their bus ticket? Or their subway token? Or their lunch? You guys are going to feed me, right? I'm here. I didn't eat all day. You guys going to donate something for me?
Curry?
The Aki tree is here. You guys know I'm Jamaican, right? So hopefully someone will donate something for me. So donating, brothers and sisters, is something which is very unique, and it's such an auspicious deed that we have too many ayat. I don't even know where to begin. There's just so many ayat. And the pages that I have, this research, I did it a month ago. This is only about 4 of the 20 pages that were from one book that one scholar wrote. And these pages here, brothers and sisters, I didn't even know this information. But guess what? If I give you guys this information, what are you guys going to have to do with it? You're going to have to practice that information, is that right? Come on, man, brother, listen. If I give you some information, what do you got to do with it?
Use it.
You got to use it, right? What's the sense, brothers and sisters, of me giving you something that can help you get to the Jannah? Every verse that comes from the book of Allah, if you practice it, what's the opportunity that can happen? Al-Jannah. What's the proof for that? What's the proof for that? The verses that are in the Quran come from who?
Allah.
So are these things that are just that we should do because Allah likes it? Or Allah has ordered it? Or is something that we have the choice to do? These are questions that the new Muslim brothers, we have lots of questions. As we said before, for the sisters that are paying attention, they'll get a DVD. For the brothers that are paying attention, you'll get a high five. And then maybe I'll give you a DVD. Tell me what is infaq fi sabilillah. How many brothers here memorize the Quran? This brother memorized the Quran. Who's the brother who recited the Quran? Did he leave already?
Yeah, he had work.
Oh, okay. May Allah bless his money so he can continue to spend fi sabilillah. Everybody say Ameen.
Ameen. Ameen.
May Allah increase his all in money. Everybody say Ameen.
Ameen.
And may Allah help me to get enough money I can fix my car. Say Ameen.
Ameen.
May Allah bless me to go to Mecca and make Hajj one day. Everybody say Ameen. And all of us, Ameen. So, inshallah ta'ala, there are certain categories that one of this particular sheikh, and I like the way that he made everything so simple. And really, brothers and sisters, when we look at almsgiving, and that's what they call infaq, the word infaq, okay, it is mentioned in the Quran one time, but the word anfiqu, which is an order, is mentioned more than 18 times. So if something is mentioned once in the Quran, is it important? Is it important, yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, there's the sisters, I love the sisters for the sake of Allah because they're not like you brothers. You brothers came up here just to come and look and see what kind of funky hat I was going to wear. But the sisters actually, they came ready with a pen and a paper, and they're trying to get a couple points because they want to get that free DVD. But the brothers, they just want a handshake. I don't get it. So anyways, moving on. One of the ways, brothers and sisters, that we can get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is by helping people that are less fortunate than us. And alhamdulillah, doing it for the sake of Allah, brothers and sisters, that should be enough for us. That we did an action to get the ajr from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That should be enough for us. But Allah ta'ala has given us some warnings, and He's given us, ya ikhwan, some things that inshallah ta'ala we can better ourselves. One of the main reasons why we should want to donate every chance that we get, even ya ikhwan, if it's 1 penny. And in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were a group of munafiqeen, a group of hypocrites, that they used to chastise the Muslims. The Muslims would come that had a lot, and they would come and they'd bring everything they have, and they would give it fi sabilillah. And the munafiqs would be on the side, sitting there discussing it, like, haha, this guy here, he's just giving to show off. He's giving his money to show off, right? So they would scoff at those that used to give a lot. And then those that would come that didn't have very much, they would come and they'd drop the few cents that they have, the few pennies that they have, and then the munafiqs, they came and they said, this money that they gave, it's not even worth it. They shouldn't even have given it. They shouldn't even get it. It's not going to do nothing. So brothers and sisters, we should never worry what the people think, ever. Ever when it comes to doing something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of the ayat that we want to give, brothers and sisters, and I'm sure every single person has heard this ayah, but the reason why we want to attach, assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. I just recognize a face that I didn't see in a while. Inshallah ta'ala is this ayah. We all know that Allah ta'ala talks about being from amongst the muflihin or the muflihun. Those that are successful, Allah ta'ala says after I say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم لزكاة فاعلون. Yeah, well, I did my job. See you later. God. This is enough ayat from the book of Allah. Allah Ta'ala went on to say, successful indeed, ya ikhwan, ya akhawat, are the true believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who establish the 5 prayers, and those, inshallah ta'ala, who submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're scared of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, ya ikhwan, when we look at us compared to the books from the scholars from the past, when the name Allah was mentioned in the early generation, sometimes the Muslims would break down and cry out of the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we look at the time that we're living in with all the technology, and we're being bombarded with so many ads and so many things, ya ikhwan, that will take the heart away from Allah Azza wa Jal. I sometimes can't even watch the news, ya ikhwan. Who here has a Facebook account? Put up your hand. Who has one? Come on, don't be shy. Come on, come on. You're lying to yourself. Put your hand up. Who has a Facebook account? I have a Facebook account. I use it for dawah, inshallah. Who has a Facebook account? Yeah, ikhwan, every day somebody posts something about the suffering of a brother or a sister all over the world, or an injustice. Some of them, if my iman is strong, I can look at it. Some of it, I can't even look at it because all I could do is just make dua or maybe send a little bit of money. But when we're called upon, the brothers and the sisters, they've asked us, come, let us do a little bit of good, just a little bit of good. And sometimes, ya ikhwan, that little bit of good that we do, it helps out so many people. And I remember when I first became Muslim, one of the brothers, he said to me, he said, brother, I need you to come with me to be my chaperone because I'm going to see a sister who has 8 children and no husband. And this sister, may Allah guide her, she kind of fell off the path of Islam. And she had lots of children from lots of different people. But she still claimed to be Muslim. And she had no food. So I went with the brother, and I see with my own eyes this brother carrying bags of rice and all types of food. And he said, brother, carry some stuff. And we went and we did it with our own hand. We didn't give our money to somebody else to go and give. We went ourselves and we gave. And that's the best, ya ikhwan. Biyadin, ya ikhwan. For you yourself, if you can, to go help somebody else, this is the greatest thing. And this is why we find people like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr, as-Sadiq, Umar Faruq, and late in the night when no one was watching, when they didn't have lights, they would go out and they'd give sadaqah. They'd go out and they'd give zakat. They'd go out and they'd give infaq, fi sabilillah, to the people. And nobody knew who it was until they died. And even recently, ya ikhwan, one of the great scholars, his name was Ibn Baz, rahmatullah alayhi, and another scholar called Ibn Uthaymeen, rahmatullah alayhi. Many of these great scholars, ya ikhwan, their people used to say that we knew the sheikh, he passed away. This is before the internet was actually really good, because the sheikh would send their salary, some of their salary, to people that would write to them, say, Sheikh, I'm a single mother with 6 kids. I don't get that much. The sheikh would mail money to them. And when the sheikh died, that's when they knew the sheikh died, because the money wouldn't come anymore. So when we look at ourselves, brothers and sisters, and this is supposed to be a motivational lecture because we want an outcome. The outcome we want is for the brothers and sisters to do some positive things while they're in the secular institute. We say to the brothers and sisters, get your degree. But after you get your degree, when you leave from here, you're going to go into what is called the real world. From college to the real world. From where?
Real world.
From college to the real world. And the rules, ya ikhwan and ya akhwat, that are here aren't like the same out there. I'm going to give you an example. And I'm going to give you a couple of ayat, and I'm going to give you a story, and then we're out. Because Salat's coming. Anybody ever been to the bank before?
Yeah.
Any sisters been to the bank before? Yes or no? Anybody still go and talk to the cashier, or everybody just does the automatic transaction? I like to go talk to the people. I grew up in old school. Okay? I have never, ever been asked, brothers and sisters, when I go to the teller, hey, do you have a degree? Are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? The only question they ask me, sir, how much money do you want to put in? How much money do you want to take out? Is that true?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the bank and they say, what school do you go to? Unless you went there and you got some money that you're trying to pay off for school. Then they're going to ask you some questions, or they'll send you to somebody else. But they've never asked me what kind of education I have. All they want to know is how much money you want to put in, how much money you want to put out. And I want to draw this conclusion, brothers and sisters, to the bank in the next life. Who here believes in the next life? Put up your hand.
Me.
Sisters don't believe in the next life. Look at that. Sisters, you better participate in my class, or I might come back there. Maybe you can't hear me. Okay? Who here believes in the next life?
I do the next life.
All right. So, how much money do we have? Do you know how much money you have in your bank account right now, brother? This bank account here. At the bank, Royal Bank.
Oh yeah.
You know how much money you got in it? 20 million? 64 million? How much money you got, brother? I got about $1,000. I got lots of debts. I got to pay for my kids. I got to pay rent. I have a lot of debts. I got a lot of bills. I got about $1,000. That's it. No, I never told you how much money I got hidden under my shoe. I never told you that. But in the bank, I only have $1,000. I know that. But now, how much do I got banked up in the next life? That's why we're here tonight. Sisters, I'm calling to your hearts. Brothers, I'm calling to your hearts. How much have you banked up for the hereafter? This is a question that we need to ponder. So I want to give you guys just a few ayat because we have to bring some knowledge. Allah Ta'ala went on to say, and this is a severe warning, that refraining from zakat is disastrous. It's too much evidence. Wallahi, I need 5-6 lectures to go through my material. Allah Ta'ala is saying that those who refrain from zakat or spending in His way is disastrous. It'll destroy you. Destruction. Why is that? Because many of us, we fall into the ayah where Allah Ta'ala went on to say, it's very scary, brothers. Very scary. I think it's over here in this book here. Maybe not. Let's see. وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. Anybody fall into that ayah? Allah Ta'ala says, and you love wealth with very much love. Now let me ask you a question, sister. If one of the sisters that's sitting beside you, she came to you, or one of the brothers, he came to you that you sit and you pray with every day, and said, listen, I'm on some hard times, man. Can you spot me $5? Who would give that $5? Okay, good. Everybody passed so far. Now, if that same brother came back a week later, listen, my bike tire broke. My skateboard broke. Can you spot me 50? Yeah, that's good. See, oh man, can you give me $50? Who would give $50? All right, that's pretty good. What if that same brother came back and said, listen, my mom kicked me out. I need $500 to pay rent. Who would give $500 if they had it? See, now we're talking about the price of life. Your ability to give fi sabilillah, and is that person, are they worthy of getting that money? Here's my question to you. If you knew there was a sister who had 3 or 4 children and they're starving, and your mom just laid out a steak for you with mashed potatoes and corn on the cob and ackee and saltfish and some jerk chicken, and you just came from the house and you know that they're starving, could you sit and really sit down and enjoy that meal and know that the sister right beside your house, she's not eating anything? Could you eat that meal?
I have a question. Sharing.
Hey, that'd be great. Sharing is caring. Is that right?
Yes.
So the verse that, brothers and sisters, and I hope the sisters write this down, because I know the brothers, they don't write anything down. All of them are scholars. They're all Sheikh Boyardi, Sheikh al-Islam, Google Islam. So this verse, brothers and sisters, is collected in chapter 2. What chapter, sister? What chapter, brother? Verse 195. Allah Ta'ala, He warns us by saying, وَانْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى تُحْلُقَهُ. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, and spend in the cause of Allah, and do not throw yourself into destruction by not spending your wealth fi sabilillah. So if you had 5 cents in your pocket, and the sister said, brother, you know, inshallah ta'ala, we have a project, and inshallah ta'ala, we need some support, and that's all that you had, brothers. That's all that you had. But maybe tomorrow you might get some more. Maybe next week you might get some more. Maybe next month you might get some more. Maybe you're going to run into a brother that you know that has money and he's a good friend to you. You can say, listen, why don't me and you get some good deeds? And this is something that, I don't really know. Who here is a first generation Canadian? Put up your hand. You're born here. Okay. Who here is a second generation Canadian? Okay. So for many of the brothers and sisters here, I got to kind of school you to the happenings, as they say. My family is very diverse. I have Irish, I have Dutch, I have Ojibwe, I have Cherokee, I have Jamaican, I have Afro-American, and I have Irish in me. Okay, so my parents were mixed and their parents were mixed, and that's why you see me. I'm mixed. So we have a saying in our culture, the Afro-Canadian culture, called coming out the pocket. One of the things that the brothers, they always say, hey, listen, when I come to the program, man, I gotta come out the pocket? I gotta come out my pocket and put some money down, or is it for free? And this is the problem with the Muslims. They want every single thing for free. This is something that we've become PhDs in. I don't think there's any community on the earth that's better than us when it comes to, I want it for free. I want it for free. Listen, hey man, let's give you this daughter for 20 cents, man. Listen, I get it for free. Everything we want for free. One of the hardest things, ya ikhwan, in our culture, they have something that my grandfather taught my father, and it runs in my family, and I'm trying to be the first one to get rid of it. Something called short hands and My pockets in my pocket was down here. It's called deep pockets. So my pocket would be way down there, and my hand would be too short to get the money for something else. And some of my cousins, one of my cousins one time, he's dead now, but he grew up with my father. I remember when I was about 17 or 18 years old, I had some money in my pocket and I'm walking downtown, and I could see my older cousin, he's about 29 years older, same age as my dad. I seen him in the streets, okay, and he used to be a pimp. He used to be a pimp, and a hustler, and a drug dealer. And I see my cousin downtown, and I'm walking, and he see me, he say, "Hey, what's going on, baby?" Like a pimp voice like that. And I'm like, "How you doing, cuz?" "Yo, listen, baby, I'm trying to go over there and get me a beer, man. You want to come out the pocket, brother? Give me some money." And before I rolled up on him, I seen him counting a stack of money. I seen him counting a stack of money. Okay, and my mom and dad, they didn't raise no fool. So I said to cuz, I see you counting them. "Oh, baby, man, guess, man, that money's for something else, brother, but if you could buy me a beer for $5. I said, "Cuz, you holding some big money, you should be giving me some money." So this is what they call short hands and deep pockets. He's got lots of money, but he can't reach the money for your cause. And this is something that we're having a problem with in the community, Ahwan. Now, I've seen some very, very pious people give their money without, they just ask them, no problem. Then I met some people, wallahi, even if you tried to come in, if you even came and you held a gun to their head, you said, "Yo, man, give some money up," they wouldn't give anything. They wouldn't give the sweat off their brow. I'm telling you, I've met some people like that. I've been to people's houses where they got 3-4 Mercedes-Benz, they got a ceiling that's 80 feet tall, they gotta get somebody to come in every 2 weeks to get on this little machine. The little machine goes all the way up and it cleans the window, and they give $400 to that guy every time he comes. Money, like crazy. See, we're trying to get some prayer mats, and we're trying to get some Qur'ans for the brothers in the jail. Inshallah, we know all these brothers got money. Can you afford to give $100? "Oh, not right now, brother. I gotta get my shoes shined, and I'm saving up for another $10,000 watch." Brothers have money to give, and they don't give it. And that's why, when we look at our brothers and sisters who have a lot, and there's Muslims that are billionaires that they don't give, and then you see a sister who has 6 kids, and she gives $5 fi sabilillah, in the sight of Allah Azza wa Jal, that money's not the same. If that billionaire gave $1 million, that's nothing. So when we look at this situation, brothers and sisters, you guys got to learn to come out the pocket and support programs. And you need to know that we don't want to be people what they call short hands and deep pockets. So inshallah ta'ala, as we know that the salat is coming in a few minutes, I want to hit you with maybe one more ayah. And then inshallah ta'ala, I'm going to tell you a story about being cheap. And this story is a real story, okay? Allah ta'ala, he went on to say, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُوهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. Allah ta'ala says, sisters, hope you're writing this down. Chapter 9, verse 103. None of the brothers wrote it down. Maybe these brothers using their gadgets. Yeah. All right? Allah ta'ala says, this beautiful ayah, take the sadaqah from their wealth in order to purify them and to sanctify them. Okay, that's the last religious ayah I'm going to give you. Now I'm going to give you a story. We like stories.
I like stories.
All right. About 15 years ago, me and some brothers, we used to pray at Tariq Mosque. Anybody been to Tariq Mosque before?
I've been there.
Okay, you've been there. Tariq Mosque, right? So there was a group of brothers, every Friday, religiously, we would go to a place called Hamdi Restaurant. Anybody heard of Hamdi Restaurant before?
Yeah.
This is the old Hamdi Restaurant when they were just starting out, and they would give you extra rice, and they'd give you extra mango juice, and they would give you extra spermoto. Okay, now they don't give you extra, you gotta pay, right? So in the beginning, they wanted their people to, So anyways, me and some brothers were sitting there. And every Friday, we would sit there and we'd order a sport. You know what a sport is? The Somalis know. It's a big plate of food with chicken and goat and rice and all kinds of stuff in it, right? So me and about 8 brothers, we would sit there and we'd eat the food, bismillah, and we'd eat. 2 more brothers came. Now these 2 other brothers, mashallah, they're good brothers to some extent, but in my heart, as a human being, my heart hurts when I think about them, when I see them, because they used to do something that I didn't like it. Every time they come, they say, oh brother, can we come and eat with you brothers too? Can we come and eat with you brothers too? Now what would you say if you were eating some food and some brothers that you know they pray in the masjid, what would you do? Tafaddal, come and eat brother. Come and eat. So brothers and sisters, for 7 months straight, 7 months, not 7 Jumas, how many months? We let these brothers come and eat with us. Chicken.